Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey. This is my review of the new SOUNDSTREAM V2 Harley Davidson plug-and-play radio. This works on 2014 through 2023 Harley Davidson touring models. So it's your street glides, road glides, ultras, electric glides. Works on the CVO, will work with factory amplifiers. This is the third revision to their popular Harley Davidson touchscreen head units. It's got a huge bright screen. It's got built-in navigation, drag and drop icons. The intercom system works with Apple AirPods and other non-Harley headsets. We've actually verified this, and it's the only radio on the market that I know that does this. So you can use a headset connected to the unit, just as if you had the WIM module on a Harley Davidson GT or GTS radio. Rock solid 5 volts RCAs, and it's 5 volts per RCA. I've tested it, works really good. Sirius ready, gauges just like the previous SI model, rally mode, backup camera input. I really love the layout of the screen. So on the factory screen, they made it similar to the 2024 CVO factory screen, where when you turn it on, you have all your information laid out. They're able to do this because the screen is larger than any other screen on the market. So when you fire it up without touching anything or rearranging anything, you have your speedometer on the left, you have your CarPlay or Android Auto info in the center, and then you have your bike info on the right. So what gear you're in, stuff like that. So I'm still a fan of the factory GTS radio. It is my favorite radio. Other people don't like it. Other people feel that I personally feel that the GTS radio has everything that you need. But if you insist on changing the radio, this is a great radio. And there's some other great solutions on the market. But the things that make this radio different than any other radio is the large screen. So me and Ronnie have talked back and forth, and he's gung-ho about all these other features that the radio has. Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me. I care about the radio being solid. I care about the RCA outputs being strong. And I care about integration, flawless, no glitches, and this radio does that. But what I think is going to sell this radio the most, it's got a laundry list of features. Like, I can go on and on about the features. The screen size and the brightness of the screen, I think, is what's going to make this radio sell. It's the most expensive radio on the market. It's currently, let me look up the price for you. So the radio is $1,600. By the time you're done adding on all the bells and whistles, so you need the iDataLink Maestro, so you can get the RR for $170, or you can get the RR2 for around $210. The Sirius tuner is like $50-$60. So all in, you're probably like $1,850 plus labor. The good unit. I've tested the unit. It's working really well. A couple of things they asked me to test was some of the other units had noise issues when using amplifiers such as the Sound Digital with common ground RCA inputs. We put this unit on a bike that was completely finished, and it had Sound Digital amplifiers. We disconnected the RCAs from the DSP and ran the RCAs directly into the back of this radio. So I could not have done a more fair test. It was a bike that was done and working, it had no noise. I bypassed the DSP, plugged the RCAs directly from the head unit into the Sound Digital amplifier, and it made 0 noise. And to make it even more fair, I chose the cheapest RCAs that we have in stock. We normally run the X1 RCAs. On this setup, we ran the entry-level 1000 series, so they're regular single wire RCA, no shielding, no nothing, and it worked really good. So this radio is going to be a huge upgrade with anybody, in my opinion, it's my personal opinion. Anybody has a 14 through 2018, hands down, huge upgrade. Those radios don't even come with CarPlay and Android Auto. GTS, still my favorite. once again, my personal opinion. You can flash them, add CarPlay, add Android Auto, flash the EQ flat. But for those that insist on switching the radio on your 14 through 2023, solid unit, rock solid RCA outputs, no noise on the units that we tested, strong EQ, what else? The headset mode. So if you have an in-ear headset, whether it's the factory Harley headset or aftermarket headset, you can pair to the radio and you can toggle between speaker outputs on the radio and headset. This is a feature I've only seen on factory Harley radios with a WIM module, so that's a win. Especially when you're doing the older unit, like if you're doing SOUNDSTREAM 14 plus, I find that the Bluetooth microphone is useless. Same thing if you're doing a Sony 7000. The microphone is useless because, especially when you're riding, you have a ton of wind, you can't hear the other person. You can hear them, they can't hear you. So adding this headset mode really makes sense, because if you have a full face helmet on with your earpiece, then you can switch over from speaker mode into headset mode, and then you can have a conversation, whether it's with another rider or with somebody on the phone. So that is a very, very useful feature in my opinion, and I don't think any of the other companies have it. So that's a definite plus for SOUNDSTREAM. I think most people are going to care that it's got the biggest screen available currently on the market for any aftermarket radio. It's a larger display than any of the other manufacturers. It's a larger display. It's an inch bigger, and might not sound like a lot, but once you have it hooked up and you see it it's pretty impressive. But choose whichever brand works for you. I just do honest reviews and give my opinion on certain features. I think this is going to be a home run for SOUNDSTREAM. The unit has been pushed back 3 or 4 times. So this video is being made on Sunday, April 28th, and I believe we're about 4 weeks away from the unit's shipping. This unit's been pushed back a few times. I know people have had them on pre-orders forever, but if the quality of the unit is what I've tested in this unit here, anybody that purchased one, I think is gonna be really happy. But that's it. That's my review. I hope it's helpful. Have a great day. So we have rock solid USB output, 5.2 volts, unclipped, 1000 hertz tone, only measuring one single RCA. If we clip the hell out of the signal, we get over 6. But if we bring it down, nice clean 5.5. We could not get that kind of voltage running any of the other sources, but through USB. 5.5 on each RCA, rock solid. I was specifically asked to test for noise issues when running Sound Digital or other common ground amplifiers, and there is no noise at all. So we took the install apart. We have a DSP on this bike. We unplugged the DSP. We ran the cheapest RCAs possible with 0 noise rejections directly into channel 1 and 2 of the amplifier. You see these are our X1 series for the rears with the noise rejection. We purposely picked the cheapest RCAs to test, and it's very quiet. So 0 noise issues. Unit works really, really good. Just brought the gain to 0 on the amplifier, and the noise is 0. Entry-level RCA directly into the back of the head unit. Screen is super fast as you switch between modes. Super responsive. It's crazy how fast this radio boots up and connects to wireless CarPlay. Completely booted up. 28 seconds. And connected to CarPlay wirelessly.